One of the three subjects I take at college is A-level politics. In this video I'm going to tell you all about what it's like and what it involves. If you're interested, feel free to comment below and I can answer any more questions you might have about the subject. So A-level politics as a subject involves a lot of discussion and debate and a lot of talking about current affairs. So one piece of advice I'd give you if you're open for taking it is to research current affairs, and this doesn't actually sound as extensive as it might be, like, oh no, not like masses and masses of pages and research and everything. It could be things as simple as following a political party or pressure group on social media, or checking out the news and the headlines, or just generally having a bit more of an awareness of what's going on in the UK and in some cases other countries. Like for paper 3 of our politics course, we're studying US politics, and we're moving on to that just now while in lockdown, which actually brings me on to another thing that I find is it involves a lot of class discussion. So discussion and debate, yeah, it's great, and you can have it with members of your class and the teacher, but also the teachers will encourage you to discuss and debate the content of the course with your friends and family at home and people who might not actually take the course, because it just entices a bit more opinions into what the subject is. And this then helps you because when writing essays, it just means that you'll know what maybe the other person might be thinking or arguing and everything, a bit more like a devil's advocate. So A-level politics does often involve thinking about the other people and what their arguments might be and other opinions besides your own. And often the teacher will encourage you to form an opinion, and even if you've formed an opinion before you might have started a topic or before the whole course, by the end of it the opinion might shift or change, or it might solidify because you know more about it now. And equally, knowing more about something usually gives you a bit more grounds in your argument, which does actually bring me on to evidence in your essays. And now, so the politics essays are structured similar to like an essay for history would be, and the questions do tend to have similar premises, like to what extent, or how far would you argue, or how far do you agree, blah blah blah. But the key difference is, whereas in a subject like history things are usually set in stone, to some extent they're set in stone in the sense of this happened, like this event is now closed, and while new information might be discovered, the key difference is that with politics the information is constantly being built upon. In my first year of A-level politics, we had a general election, and it just meant that the 2017 one, which was a bit less interesting, shall we say, there was no clear winner, and it ended up forming a minority government. While that is interesting, it is also more interesting the fact that for the 2019 election, which we just faced, it was more of a key figures debate, in the sense of you'd have like Boris versus Jeremy Corbyn, and often the fact that we use their first names just shows you how much their personalities took over. Like Jeremy Corbyn, Jezza, whatever he's doing these days, but during that election he was quite a prominent personality, as was Boris Johnson. And the thing is, the teacher and the exam board could not have really predicted that. I mean, yes, Boris Johnson became PM before we started our course, but not before the specification was written in the whole new A-levels. So A-level politics is constantly being built upon, unlike any other subject. But that's mainly for your evidence in your essays. Your essays do tend to be, usually you can use any real example you want. So let's say they're asking you for a clear mandate or like a clear majority government. You can pick any. You can pick Thatcher's, you can pick Tony Blair's, but my teacher does tend to encourage us to go for the most modern and the most up-to-date, and I believe that's just so it's just pointing out that it could happen in modern day Britain. And because British politics in particular is so old, and it's old in the sense of we haven't really, the last revolution we kind of had was the Glorious Revolution, and that was all the way in the Stuart era, so pre-Victorian, pre-Georgian, you get my point. So the examples you can use, all of them are valid if they're in a valid example in the first place, such as if you were asking for a clear mandate majority, then Thatcher's 1979 or 83 would be perfectly fine, as would Boris Johnson's 2019. So it's really up to you, which does give you a bit more flexibility in the subject than history and other subjects might give you. Now, if you hadn't already coined on, politics is definitely an essay subject. For my course, and I believe others, I'm on the Pearson specification, there's no coursework, it's just the final essays for you, which are in 3 exams at the end of the 2 years. Now, like I said, it does give you the flexibility because of the examples you may use, and because it's not always as clear cut as things like history. That being said, history isn't clear cut, but because, like I said, politics is constantly being built upon. Now, something you might be asking when it comes to A-level politics compared to other subjects is, what background information do you need? Do you need to be well versed in current affairs? Do you need to have this, that and the other? Do you need to be part of your local youth political party? No, you don't really need anything in order to start the A-level politics. Really just embrace it, particularly if they haven't actually studied anything like it before, because it's just opening new doors and it's useful information. It's useful because unlike most other subjects, it has an obvious knock-on effect, in the sense of whether you like it or not, when you turn 18, you do have the right to vote. It's nothing anyone can get away from you, and it's nothing you can toss away. You might choose to not vote, but that's still a choice. That's still a voter choice, technically. So as far as actually getting onto the course and beginning and starting, all you really need is, well, willpower, in the sense of you need to actually work at it. It's not just a throwaway. You do have to work at it. But as far as other information and skills, you don't really need any to begin it, and you learn most of them on the course. Compares well with other A-level subjects, but as far as pinpointing which ones it goes well with, I can't really think of any real specific ones which are better than others. So it goes with history, geography, media studies, sociology, psychology, sciences. Now, coming up next is talking about what actually do you learn. Now, by far the most popular exam board for politics is the one I'm on, Edexcel, and you learn UK politics and UK government, as well as core political ideas, although we haven't actually moved on to that yet. That's going to be our second year. And then equally in our second year is US politics. Now, first things first, the stuff you would do in September is just the core basics of direct and representative democracy, political parties and pressure groups, and you might surprise yourself in the sense of you might have heard of them just from day-to-day life, like the RSPCA or Fathers for Justice, although that one's a bit old now, maybe Extinction Rebellion and various other groups like that. And equally, how they function and how they act, what makes them successful, what makes them failures, and generally you'll build on your knowledge. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I will do another follow-up one for history, as that is a very popular A-level, and another one that I'm doing. Now, please feel free to comment below if you have any further questions on politics or just generally college in general. I'd be more than happy to answer them, and do check out my other content, my other videos. And if you really like this video, really liked it, like and subscribe. Or maybe if you just liked it, because it doesn't say really like, it's just a like button. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and click onto another one of my videos. Bye.